These are some very cool keychains, everybody. Let me get my little device set up here so you can watch. We're going to get this press here. Hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing. It's kind of a weird angle, but you know, let me just find the camera there. I need to reduce those in size just a little. Kind of sorry you can't see. I don't have a way to stand you guys up here. How would I do that, I wonder? I can't hijack my stand because my son has hijacked my stand. Seems to be the way of the world. We still can't see what the hell's going on, so let me try to do this one-handed. I need to go buy my son his own stand since he hijacked mine. Little hijacker. What are y'all printing today? You know, we've got some of these going out right now. Let's Go Brandon, and these are Let's Go Brandon, so we're just trying to get these orders done. And out the fucking door, but the problem is I don't have a way to hold you guys up so you can see what the hell I'm doing. I think I'm going to hijack the stand from my child from now on.
Oh my God, you want me to do this for you?
No, I want you to just sit there and leave me alone. Because the answer is in taking my stand back from the child. These guys have stretched out my stand so much that the cable's on my stand. It's one of those stands that, you know, you kind of can't get anymore. They've just, with time, they don't make these. What the hell? Boy, they've got this thing stretched all crazy. Leave it to females to get your device and they will destroy modern electronics or things that you try to preserve. There. I've captured my stand back. Huh, it's mine.
Until he starts crying.
That's not my problem. Get him another stand.
You're the father.
How about you just stand his device up right there on his bookshelf? Yeah, look at that. We can see now, everybody. Pretty cool, huh? And these are some righteous little keychains. And we're just going to look for our Mylar. these ones, I guess. I kind of like that I have several different types of Mylars. Who wouldn't like these? I think everybody would like these, I'm sure. I'm just going to go reprint these and make them just a tad bit smaller, but that's pretty cool, you know, because they are full wrapped. And these are kick-ass little magnet toppers. So you get like one of these little magnets here. And then they can just sit like that. So that'll go into package number 1. And then what I'm going to do is just reduce these down in size just a tad. Let's see here. .625. So we'll just try to run this one at 2.5 really quick. And we're going to run a test print of this really quick. What's that? What? Am I missing something? You're pointing at something? What?
It's really snowing now.
I see. Mom done gone good. So we got our little sticker here. Let's go ahead and give it a cut. Right down here in our little sticker cutter. All right, now let's see how this one works. Here for 2.5s, and we'll see if this is going to be the accurate size. I think there's 2 of them in there. I think that's going to work. And the ones for the keychains, I believe, are here. Because it should be the flat backers. There's so many of these for different purposes, so we're just going to see if that's going to work. It feels like a flat elevated back, which it is, and that's where the little keychain goes. Can you see through that right there? If you can look right in here, you can see just a little hole right there where it goes. So we want to just make sure it's lined up perfectly right to the top, because we don't want a crooked button. Oh man, I think I forgot to put my Mylar on. Oh, maybe I can still get around this. Cool. Still get around this, not a problemo. We're just going to take our little key punch here, figure out which way we're going. We're just going to slide that puppy right up in there and crimp it. The crimping stage begins here.
I'm gonna go pick up this pretty baby food.
What kind of baby food, honey?
Gerber.
Let's go, Brandon. Not bad, huh? And that's how we do the keychains. These are a lot of fun. They go for a hell of a lot of miles. Things we've made today with our button maker on the video that I was doing earlier. So in the video earlier, we were working on these right here. This all going to the same customer. This is a coaster. That's another pin back button. This one we're going to turn into an ornament. This is a magnet. And of course these are clocks. And the little clock arm will go right in there, so lasting memories. Definitely lasting memories. Let's get this off of here. So that's kind of how you do a pin back button, guys and ladies out there. For those of you that like to make buttons for your customers. I sort of.
I'm ready to go pick them up, and then
Somebody got him?
and then something happens. It's so funny.
That's how they roll, baby.
It's okay.
Don't cry.
We have plenty of. No, I just like to score things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was really good. He's sound asleep.
All right, so let's get that heat press on. Once again, our Let's Go branding keychains. Those are pretty cool. Last for years. And should be medium. So let's get us a medium out of here. Tiny girl. So we got to make sure we can find her a medium T. Not sure why I got a bunch of cotton tees mixed up in my sub tees. This is definitely not a small. It's definitely not a 2X, oh my god.
Alrighty.
I thought I had her tee already pulled out. Definitely not an extra large.
I keep forgetting the lights are here.
What the hell happened to all my mediums? The real question is why are all these cotton shirts in this drawer here? Because there should be no cotton shirts back here, but I'll move them over to the cotton pile here in just a second. That's a cotton as well. That's definitely what a 2XL, man. It's kind of weird. Why are there so many? It's a large. I just need a damn medium. Medium. And just to make sure that this is a 100% polyester, so let's get this put on here. Whenever you're doing sublimation, just want to make sure you clean your tea very well, or else you're going to get these little, blue dots on your item. Nobody likes that crap. We're going to test our pressure. That's good pressure for this. We're just finding that middle part of the shirt here, getting our line set. And we now have our center point. All right, so let's get this transfer. I tell my wife all the time, don't open the door. What does she do? She opens the door. All right, looks pretty cool. Just gonna hit that for a minute since we're at lower temperature.
Dude, they're not seeing anything whenever I open and close the door. Really? I mean, what?
The snow stopped, so this monstrous snowstorm,
There's no monster snowstorm. I just said there was snow today.
everybody's tripping out over
There
this.
was no tripping out. I just said there
Over
was
this
snow.
big monstrous snowstorm, and I wanted to
No.
take the baby out, and now we can't.
Why can't you?
Well, not in the snow.
What's...
All right, 60 seconds.
32 degrees out. It's gonna freeze. Oh.
Epson, brother, you cannot match the I've been sublimating for years, and you just cannot match the quality of Epson sublimation paper on Epson ink. Well, this can be used twice. You can actually use this transfer twice and get some very good results out of it. But, you know, I don't recommend doing that, so we're just going to go here. Oh, yeah, I got to do the last thing. Well, I hate my life. If it weren't for my 2 kids, I'd hate my ex-wife. When he gets up, we'll bail. Okay, Ernest, you had some little sublimation prints. Hey, did you guys see the coolest shirt ever? You know, whenever you want, everyone, we can stop the war on dads. That's gotta go. Man, I wonder where those other subs come from. What the flying hell?
Those are the cutest.
What are they?
They're baby Converse shoes.
Oh my gosh, where are they at?
Framingham.
Do they fit his size?
I don't know what size he is. Size 2 it says.
Those are size 2?
Yeah, these are
Oh,
size.
those are adorable.
But I don't know what size 2 is when it comes to, like, what's the size chart, like, you know.
Well, Google it.
But that is super cute. Converse. I tried, but it won't tell me. It tells me, like, length and stuff.
So, Jimmy, yeah, there's no way that this is going to come off ever. This is a technique called sublimation printing, and sublimation printing actually burns the ink into the fabric, and a sublimation print will actually outlast the garment. It is the most durable form of printing that there is. Yeah, I just put down my tape roller. I wonder what the hell I did with that. Just gonna preheat this. What's so funny? going to stop at 90 seconds. And then this shirt will be done and ready to go out into the package. Yeah, James, if you've never sublimation sub-printed, then it's it's literally, I've got shirts that have been sublimated for, years.
So cute.
And they just continue to endure. This is one of my demo shirts of sublimation. Been washed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I keep it in the shop, not that I like rap music or anything like that, but stop at 10. And that is now ready to mail. That'll never come out. Be in the shirt for decades. Okay, customer's request is done. Fire. What did he say? Where is my We the People shirt and you're still American national status, still traveling with no license plate? Yeah, Jimmy, I'm kind of, I don't do that anymore. I don't travel without license plates anymore, even though I have won the right to. In court, the problem is that you can't drive for 5 miles without getting pulled over and held up by cops for 30 minutes just to drive 5 more miles and get hit up by the next cop who, even if you have your paperwork and your case dismissal like I have, they're still like, well, we got to run you through. So I get down the road, bam, hit another township, and here we go again. So to me, since I have a baby, man, I just want to get home. I just want to go to work and do my thing. And I kind of just got tired of it, man. You're also labeled as a national terrorist for traveling without plates or license or insurance or anything like that. But you also better hope that if you're doing that, that if you get in an accident, you have the minimum amount in your bank account to cover damages, right? Because in auto cases, if you hit somebody, there's a maximum amount that you have to pay. And so just one thing, gets you drug into court. And I'm tired, I'm a new papa again. So driving down the road, dealing with cops, I do it every now and then if I'm just in a weird ass mood. But other than that, I'm just at the point where I want to get somewhere, and I am, in many cases, using the roads for commerce. So that's another thing, I'm traveling with printers and what have you, and I just can't put myself into that jeopardy anymore. I'll let you young dogs work it out. And a good cheap sublimation printer for, is one, go on to Craigslist, go on to Marketplace, and see if you can't find yourself something like an Epson 2720, an Epson, I think they're called 15 or 16,500 is one of the models, and they're four color EcoTank printers, right? It's just you're always going to be limited by your width that you can print at. We have 44 and 64 inch printers, but this one is a 24 inch printer right in my living room, and I love it. So we're going to do some more shirts that I have to get done for dispensary. Since we're on this kick already, we're just going to stabilize our phone to make sure I don't drop my phone. Cool thing about, you know, sublimation printing and stuff like that is the wonderful amount of products that you can make, you know, for customers. A lot of my customers, they don't like these V-necks. I just think V-necks are so freaking cool. These are small. We need to get to our mediums and our larges. Made the transfers a little too big for smalls and mediums. What is this here? This is a extra large, so you definitely want some extra larges. We'll set those aside there. That is an extra large. XL, you need to be looking for larges. XL. Large. Okay, let's start on this one. The brand of this shirt, everybody, I think is the best sublimation shirt for the feel of cotton in the industry. And I know everybody's got their, you know, everybody's got their fancy things that they love, but I just like to keep it simple, you know. In this case, I have way too much pressure. Still too much pressure. Just back it up right there. That's a lot of pressure. Perfectamundo right there. Okay, let's get this. Ready to go. We're just going to get our center line because this is a big print we're working on. 3:33 Freemason time. What that? And these are healing hemp for the Cambridge, Massachusetts dispensary called Healing Hemp. Putting this down for 60 seconds, maybe a little bit more because I'm light on pressure. This will knock out some of those press lines. Sure enough does. It really knocks it out when you do that.
Dude, she has free Garfield books. Dude, I used to collect those Garfield books.
What an amazing print for a dispensary.
Love it.
Texas. So I got those keychains from American Button Makers, and I bought a shitload of them. So if you can't afford, or you don't want to buy, if you don't want to buy, their minimum requirement, just, send me an email to info@liveeventprinting.com, and I can sell you 5, 6, 7, 8 of them or 10 of them. Their minimum purchase, I think, is 100. I just read something that says, yo, it's a flat earther. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know that there's actually curvature. That's why I'm not a flat earther anymore, because I found the curvature. And then people think I'm crazy. But you know what? People thought I was crazy in 2015 when I started telling everybody the earth was flat because I could find no downward curvature. And now I'm like, well, if airplanes are flying and they don't fly nose down, to compensate for the curvature, and that could be something like the, what is it called? It got grounded, the Concorde. Fastest airplane there is, flies. And if it flew and the Earth was a globe, then it would fly nose down at 8-degree pitch because it's going so fast. The SR-71, known as the fastest airplane that there is, the SR-71, if the Earth were a globe, would be flying downward like this. But they don't, so they must be doing something else. And could they supposedly be doing something else? Well, so you're not thinking geometry, right? You've never heard of the zenith, how everything stays parallel to the zenith above us. Level doesn't mean flat, right? We've assumed that. Level means level to the zenith. And this is what, so many flat earthers have a problem with, because they're stuck in dogma that's, 80 or 90 percent wrong, but wrong on or right on some other parts, but not enough to make us think that the earth is flat anymore. So I'm going to come right over here to my library here and see where I can find all of my different albums, because my albums have changed on me. Here we go. Let me just see if I can find this, if it's in my folders here. And this is how things are flying level to the zenith above us. Your level. And I'm just trying to find a video that I really, really like, and I may not have it here. So, you know, the geodetic survey shows that all land, light, and water are curving upwards. And this is called the hypsometric method, or hypsometric method. It's parallel to the zenith above us. There is no flat Earth map. That's the thing that I couldn't get over. There is no flat Earth map, right? The Earth is not flat, and flat earthers have had centuries to make a flat Earth map, and flat earthers don't have a map. This is what triggered my brain into thinking, man, maybe in essence I am wrong, because if there was a map, right, flat earthers could, you know, report back to it. But the problem is that there is no flat Earth map that any flat earther in the world can point to, because flat earthers can't agree. If there's an end, if it's an everlasting plane, flat earthers can't agree. If there's a big ice wall that nobody in the world has ever found. But this is what I usually say. You don't have a model. You don't have a map. And so if a flat earther doesn't have a map or a model, they have no point in the argument, right? They have nothing, no ground whatsoever in the argument. The sun, the moon, the stars, the retrograde motion of the planets, the Gegenschein cannot be attempted to even be discussed on flat Earth. And so these are all the problems here that are wrong with flat Earth, and I will show you. So, there's no massive ice wall that's ever been found, ever. So that surrounds the Earth by 65,000 miles. What you're referring to, James, is what I used to refer to. I used to just see a little tiny photo of the Ross Ice Shelf. And liars and con artists and dupes like Erica Douchebay, Rob Skiba, you know, so many of these people, you know, that are out there that are real live con artists, point to the Ross Ice Shelf and claim that, you know, that's the magical ice wall. Well, the problem is that on flat Earth, the celestial clockwise rotation doesn't work. On a flat Earth, how does the sun and moon go beneath the horizon? It can't. Flat Earthers have absolutely no working map of Earth. They have no working orbit of the planets. And to be quite honest, neither do the Globers. So we'll keep going back. The southern hemisphere plane trips disprove flat Earth. You see the sides of the moon, and that just really disproves flat Earth. The lunar eclipses do not work on a flat Earth. Flat Earthers cannot explain the megacriometeors and or the illumination of the underside of the clouds. Flat Earth, lost, 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 lost. Those of us who live inside of the Earth, all of these points here are proven and factual. you know, just going through all of these. And I used to have one that said, this is one of my favorite ones right here. I'm waiting for flat earthers to produce a working model of the map of flat Earth, but they just cannot. It's impossible. So you got a lot more researching to do, my friend. You've been caught in a false dichotomy of flat earthers because this model's wrong and that model's wrong. And so the continents are out of proportion here. There's nonstop flights across the south that are impossible with the distance of the flat earth. Our friend Jake has our friend Jake has disproven this. There's no proof of a 63,000 mile ice wall or a dome. 24 daylight in Antarctica is a proven fact. Can't explain the opposite rotation of the star trails. And this is where I'm at. If the Earth is flat, we have no map or model. Head over to that website to learn more as to why the Earth isn't flat, or go check out many of my previous videos. Okay? So in many of my previous videos, I have things like Confessions of a Former Flat Earther. That'll blow your mind if you just watch it. So I congratulate you for looking and researching. You're halfway there. You know that the Earth is not, we don't live on the outside of the globe. We live on the inside. And this is why airplanes fly nose up. They're following the curvature of the Earth. So let me go back in here to my computer really quick, and I will show you this video. I appreciate the discussion a lot. If you're referring to James Byrd, Captain James Byrd, he never sailed or circumnavigated the Earth. And that's a common Erica douchebag lie. So we're just going to lower this and see if I can't find it right here. And this is why when a jumbo jet flies, and I've flown so many times and recorded a video, they tilt at 2.5 degrees upward to stay level to the zenith that's above us. The zenith above us is what we call the celestial sphere. Flat earthers will say, well, you know, if the Earth was a globe, then planes would fly nose down. Well, keep a look at this. The Concorde flies at 22.56 miles per minute. Okay? And if he had no tilt, or he stayed level like flat earthers, or, stayed flat like flat earthers want you to believe, then they would lose 0.77 miles in altitude every minute. However, it's a proven fact that the Concorde flies at 5.5 degrees nose up. However, we forget that the Concorde is also already elevated like that at 5 degrees. So you take that, and that Concorde's really elevating upward to stay level with the zenith above us. All planes fly nose up, and this is why. Now, you have all those people that'll say things like, oh man, no, planes fly nose up to stay flat. The SR-71 flying at 36 miles per minute tilts at 8 degrees nose up. Makes sense. I mean, it really makes sense when you think about it. So this is why planes fly nose up. And, flat earthers like to disagree with science. I disagreed with science when I was a flat earther. But it just makes sense that if the plane is elevating nose up, and I've got a bunch of videos that you can go back and watch. Even one where I'm talking to a pilot, and he's like, man, I never really thought about it. That makes more sense than anything I've ever heard of. I'll let you watch this a few more times. Flat Earth is busted. nothing makes sense on a flat earth. The more that you research it and you let go of foolish biblical notions and you let go of things that you're just brainwashed to believe by flat earthers, you'll start to see things that actually make sense. It's called the angle of attack, and this is why airplanes fly nose up, to conform to surroundings and to stay level to the zenith above us. And then I couldn't see what you just typed, but yeah, flat earth is entirely pseudoscience. This is what we see when you look up at night and the sky is dark and there's stars in the sky. This is why the star trails spin counter to each other, because those of us who are in the northern hemisphere, right, we're looking upward, and those who are in Australia are looking downward, or they're downward looking upward. Look at that. Now you get it. Welcome to cellular Earth, my friend. Flat Earth stole years of your life. And this is far more biblical if you have to go the biblical route or, the Hindu route. This is far more biblical than flat Earth. And a key point that you can point to is that in the book of Job, Hashatan is talking to God, and God says, "Where are you coming from?" And he says, "I've been inside of the earth, walking up and down and around in the earth." And nobody ever pays attention to that. If you're on a flat earth, you can't walk up and down, and you certainly can't be inside of it. So it's a huge misconception, and it took me years to get out of this trap, but I got to go print shirts. Have fun. Keep watching my videos. There's more in there. Confessions of a Former Flat Earther. Watch it, dude. It'll rock your brain. Let go of everything that you've learned, both in public schools, and let go everything that you've learned on the internet, and start to accept things that make sense. If you claim there's no downward tilt of an airplane, therefore we don't live on a globe, please fucking explain the opposite. Why are airplanes flying nose up? Why would they fly nose up just to fly straight? They could actually never gain speed. It's not aerodynamic to do that. It's aerodynamic to fly and cut through the air, not drag through the air, right? It's not what planes are doing. We're lifting up. There's curvature out there, everybody. There's curvature. Go on and search for it. So long, everyone. Happy printing.